Get out of bed, let's go. That's the green candle because we are watching the biggest short squeeze this year. Yeah, exactly as I called it. The biggest short squeeze this year is what you're seeing right now on the screen. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. $1.15 billion worth of shorts have been liquidated in 24 hours. And the momentum of the market is upwards. Well, shorts aren't feeling very good because shorts are feeling squeeze. So $1.15 billion worth of shorts getting wrecked, liquidated, because the momentum is up in what people are calling the Amazon or the, don't play that song, the Jeff Bezos pump. There's a reason we're not playing that song, and that's because our earlier show was shadow banned. But guys, it's not all good news because in the last, Freddie, what was it? In the last 45 minutes, we did see some breaking news, and that is Tether executives are said to face a criminal probe into fraud. And that's from Bloomberg News. The Department of Justice is examining whether Tether misled the banks about their crypto business. Tether says it's committed to cooperating with law enforcement. So it's a battle of momentum between the bulls and the bears. And let's see who's going to win. Is it going to be the momentums that the bulls have got in this Jeff Bezos or Amazon pump? Or are the bears going to get some kind of reprieve? Are the short sellers going to get some kind of reprieve in this momentum gain? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So if you're new to our channel, welcome. If you're part of the Banter fam, welcome back. I'm Crypto Man Run, here at least twice a day. Bring you crypto love, bring you crypto wisdom, bring you technicals. Okay, this is too fast. Okay, let's get back there. So I'm Crypto Man Run. I come to you every single day, twice a day, bring you crypto love, crypto wisdom. Together we are building the tightest, most profitable community in crypto. So if you're new to our channel, welcome. Smash the like button, subscribe to our channel. There are 1,000,001 reasons to subscribe, and now there's even a bigger reason. So we know about Sniper School. We've spoken about Sniper School. Fred, this is where you put the Sniper School tile. Sniper School is free. Sniper School starts in August. If you want to join Sniper School, all you need to do is be a subscriber of our YouTube. And we will be selecting 100 people to join us for the first class of Sniper School. That's the first reason to be a subscriber to our channel. The second reason to be a subscriber to our channel is because we are doing 1,000,001 amazing giveaways. We're doing a giveaway like right now, today. So remember I said to you that Fred was aping into these things. Okay, they're called these are the Astro Friends. Now, these are NFTs, which are at the website Astro Friends, and Friends is FRENS.com. And we don't yet know what our Astro Friends are going to look like because they haven't yet revealed or hatched themselves. But we do know that both Elio and Fred basically told me to get in on this. And so, as you can see, I did ape and I did buy like 50 of these things. Anyway, we are giving away Astro Friends number 9931 to Astro Friends number 9935 here live on the show to subscribers of our community. So if you are a subscriber to our community, you stand a chance to win one of these Astro Friends. We are giving away 5 in the next day or 2 days. You don't know what the value is going to be because if this thing actually works, the value of these things is going to be huge. So that's the thing with NFTs. We want to show you guys how to use NFTs. We want to get you guys, we think that the best way to learn about NFTs is actually to own NFTs. And that's why we're giving away. We spoke to Astro Friends today. They're not paying us. We don't take money from anyone that has a token. You know that. You should know better than that. And we are giving away 5 Astro Friends to our community. So that's what's happening here today. Also, the little birdie. Remember the little birdie? You know the birdie, right? The one that comes there. She comes to the window and she tells me things. Like she told me Solana was going onto Coinbase. She told me that Arweave is coming to Coinbase. Well, when we heard about the Amazon news, the birdie flew to Amazon. She spoke to what should we call it? Should we call it a high-level source at Amazon? High-level tomato sauce. Yeah, a high-level mayonnaise sauce, right? She spoke to a high-level source at Amazon. And I think everyone now knows that Amazon is getting into crypto, but how many people actually know why Amazon is getting into crypto? And let me tell you, the big story is not that Amazon is getting into crypto. The big story is why Amazon is getting into crypto. And when you hear the reason why Amazon is getting into crypto, you're going to do your mind. because you're going to realize that if you think this pump is the pump, this is not the pump. The pump is when you realize why Amazon is actually getting into crypto, because the story is much bigger than anybody in the media is talking about. So also today, people are saying BitBoy said this yesterday. No, I listened to BitBoy's stream yesterday, and I'm telling you that I'm not saying, no, BitBoy doesn't know what's going on. BitBoy doesn't have the inside track. We have the inside track here. You'll see this is huge. Also, video NFT gaming, play to earn gaming. We have been talking about this a lot. Today, I'm going to introduce a huge gem in this play to earn gaming that you guys you really have to see. That's happening today on the show as well. And then we're doing something we've never done before. This is Fred's idea. This is not my idea. It's Fred's idea. Okay, so what we're going to do then is we're going to look at a completely new way to decide whether tokens are over or undervalued and what the future may hold for tokens. Fred, should I tell them what we're going to do? Because I think it's one of the craziest things we've ever done on this channel. This is a fundamentals channel. All right, it's a surprise. This is a fundamentals channel. We look at fundamentals. You guys have got to tell me whether this is fundamentals or not, because I don't think this is fundamentals. What else? Okay, before we get on with the content, guys, smash the like button. Let other people know that we're here. Let the YouTube algorithm know that this content is good. It's so easy for you guys to do it. There are 4,000 of you right now on the stream. Button. Let other people know. And there are 1,200 likes, which means that out of the 4,000 people on the stream, subtract. What am I subtracting? My maths is so bad. Yeah, I'm subtracting 4,000 from 1,200. That means that there's 2,800 people that don't like the content. If you don't like the content, don't be here. And if you do like the content, well, then tell everybody that you like the content. And let's get the show on the road, because it's a huge, or as Sheldon says, huge. Talk about this short squeeze that we are currently experiencing. Well, let's look at what's happening in the market. Why is the momentum all of a sudden so positive? Well, I guess that you could say that the Elon, Kathy, Jack, B-plan event was like the stop loss. It was the bottom. It was the bottom of the market. And now we're experiencing this Amazon pump, or this pump that is caused by Amazon or Jeff Bezos, with their announcement that they are going to start accepting crypto. Now, I don't know if you've noticed how these billionaires work, but they kind of work around competing with each other. So, you had who's going to rush to space first. Jeff Bezos announced that he's rushing to space. And then Richard Branson turned around and said, well, I'm going to get there before you. And then Jeff Bezos said, well, okay, you're not really going to space because you're not going high enough or far enough into space. And that's how these billionaires compete. And there may be something going on between Elon and Jeff Bezos now, which is like, who can create the biggest crypto pump? Elon was the bottom of the dump, with this chat that he did at the B word. And I guess that now Jeff Bezos is looking at Elon and says, you know what, you think you can pump the market? Well, let me tell you how I'm going to pump the market. So let's look at what happened in the last couple of days. Well, the first thing is we've had this huge short squeeze. You can see that the shorts on Bitfinex were closed in a matter of a couple of hours. Look at that. Look at that green candle that in a matter of a couple of hours reduced the shorts from 3,000 to 2,000 shorts on Bitfinex. And that's probably indicative of what's going on in the market. All these people that were short, that expected the market to go down, well, they are now getting, as I said to you guys earlier, they are getting squeezed. The juice, nice little squeeze from them. The main thing about a short squeeze is that a short squeeze happens really, the way a short squeeze happens, it goes slowly, and then quickly. Because what happens is, psychologically, the shorts look at their positions and they go, the price is going up slowly, it might come down. If it comes down, we may be able to get a better price on closing our shorts. And then what happens is they start to panic. And when they start to panic, that's when the short squeeze starts to happen. And if you look at what happens, the shorts get closed like that, and the price basically goes up like that at the same time. Now look at this wick. This wick went from 38,000 all the way up here to $40,000. So It happens slowly, and then it happens really quickly. And it makes a very good case for not timing the market. We said to you guys before that if you try and time the market, if you try and wait for the bottom, any friend of mine that's ever tried to wait for the bottom, Freddie says, any friend of ours that has tried to time the market has smelly fingers. If you try and pick a bottom, you do get smelly fingers. But be that as it may, we are now facing a massive change in momentum. So we said to you on Saturday, Sheldon and I did an emergency stream on Saturday, and we said that the big thing that happened on Saturday was that the RSI broke a 7-month trend. Now, the RSI, for those of you who don't know, is a momentum indicator. And what it measures is it measures the change in perception or in momentum of perception or sentiment. That's why it's called the RSI. It's a sentiment indicator. Now, the RSI measures the change in momentum of the sentiment of the market. And on Saturday, we came to you and we said to you that the sentiment had broken a trend line, a 7-month-long trend line, and that the sentiment is changing. And what was the drivers of the change in sentiment? Well, the first thing that changed sentiment was Elon. Let's say Elon and Kathy messaging or massaging the bottom or making sure that we get a bottom. And then the Amazon news broke. And that really changed the market. Now, today, we're going to look at what the Amazon news actually means, because it's not face value. They're not appealing to crypto users. The fact that they're now going to start accepting crypto means nothing. It means that, there are 100 million crypto accounts out there. They're not after the 100 million people. Their plan is much bigger, and no one has this information because that birdie over there, hasn't been to anyone yet. And don't tell Bitboy, because Bitboy will say, he had this first. He doesn't have this first. We got it. It's us. Shh. Okay, so that was that. So what happened? Well, first of all, let's talk about the case for hodling, because this is what I'm trying to teach Freddie over here. This strengthens the case for hodling and for what we said to you guys before. You got to buy tokens that are going to change the world, and then you got to sit back and give them enough time to actually change the world. Don't try and time the markets. If you try and time the markets, the problem is that these markets move super quickly. And as you can see, if you just missed this weekend, if you sat out the market and you sat out in cash and you were waiting for the perfect time to time the market, but you missed this weekend, look at the type of returns that you would have missed just from missing this weekend. That gives you an idea of the type of returns that you may have missed. We told you guys a week ago that we think it's safe to buy, and if it's safe to buy, we told you guys what to buy, and we told you guys the risk levels of these tokens. And you can see that if you just missed the last 4 or 5 days on some of these tokens, you would have missed a 66% increase in price. Why? Because you thought you should try and time the market. And that's why we're so against trying to time the markets. Rather, adopt the philosophy of dollar cost averaging into tokens that are going to change the world. And then sit back and let them do their thing. Do not try and time the market. Every time you try and time the market, well, you miss the pumps, right? What do you think, Freddie? All right, so don't try and time the markets. Should we get into the big story of the day? We've got so many stories today. We've got the Tether story. Okay, let's get into the big story. The big story of the day. Amazon. Okay. A lot of outlets out there spoke about this big story about Amazon and the fact that Amazon was now looking for a blockchain product lead. I think I may even have, I don't think I have the ad, but last week Amazon were quite, do we do? Let's go to A, where do you see? No, it's not that one. Ha. Okay, so it's not that one. Okay. So last week, Amazon published, or a lot of outlets realized that Amazon published for a digital currency and blockchain product lead. And that was the big story. And the big story was Amazon getting into crypto payments. But at the time, no one knew why Amazon was getting into crypto payments. So as I said to you, our birdie flew to Amazon this week. And, we're in Cape Town. So it's quite a long way that way if you want to go to Amazon's head office. But anyway, we sent the birdie to Amazon's head office, and the birdie came back with some amazing news. Not only do we have Amazon's plan, but we also know why they're doing what they're doing. And what we need to be looking at is the big picture. And the big picture is fucking massive, fucking massive. You want the song playing? Let's keep the song playing. Okay, so let's talk about the big picture. What is Amazon's plan? Why are they doing what they're doing? And why is this so important to the entire ecosystem? Let's look at what the plan is first. The plan is a plan that they've been working on since late 2018, beginning 2019. And the plan is to immediately or almost immediately start to accept crypto payments. What are they going to be accepting? They are starting off by accepting Bitcoin. Straight after accepting Bitcoin, they are looking at 2 stable coins. I don't know this for a fact, I think that they are looking at USDC and USDT. I wonder if they've seen what's going on with the Department of Justice. So the master plan is that they're going to start accepting Bitcoin, then they're going to start accepting 2 stable coins, then they're going to expand their payments. There are another 8 or 10 people that another 8 or 10 tokens that they may look at expanding to. Litecoin, BCH, Ethereum were mentioned. So I can't tell you if those are going to be the coins, but they were mentioned. Okay, so that's the master plan. In 2022, Amazon are talking about launching a community coin. I don't know what a community coin is. It sounds like a Amazon Prime coin or a Fred says loyalty rewards, but they are looking at a network effect Amazon Amazon community coin, which is coming in around 2022. So that's the Amazon big plan. They're going to start accepting crypto almost immediately, and then they are going to launch an Amazon community coin somewhere in 2022, and that is the whole story. What do you think? Mind-blowing. Revolutionary. Fred's like, he has never heard the story. All right, let's move on to the next story. So that's the first story. Let's move on to the next story. What do you think? No, okay. No, okay. So that's the Amazon plan. The Amazon plan is to accept Bitcoin almost immediately, then to add 2 stable coins, and then to go much into payments. And then in 2022, sometime in 2022, to launch a Amazon community coin. The exciting part is not what they are going to do, but why they are doing it. And if you want to understand why Amazon are doing it, this is where the wisdom lies. You've got to understand that what's going on in the retail space. Now, if you don't know what's going on in the retail space, retail margins are super low. The margins in retail today are very low. What we mean is that as a percentage of the total retail price, the actual profits in retail are very small. In fact, I Googled it earlier and I found that Amazon's net margin is 5%, 4.97%. It goes between 4.03, 4.97, but you can see that the margins are very small, which means that out of a total revenue of 241 billion, they only make 5% of that as actual profit. When you compare it to others in the retail industry, Amazon lies about somewhere in the middle. If you look at Walmart's sales are 555 billion, but their net profit margin is only 2.43%. So only 2.43% of the total sales number is in margin. Now, you look at Target. Target's margins are about 6%, or they had one quarter where it was about 6%. And before that, their margins were about 4% and 4.31%. So in general, what we're seeing is that the retail margins are super low. We're seeing that margins are about between 2.5% to say 6% for a good retailer. And what retailers are constantly trying to do is they're trying to make more money. They're trying to make more margin. They know that they can't keep increasing your sales. They can't make you buy more and make you buy more and make you buy more, because if they could, they'd do that. But they want to try and make more money, more margin on what they get you to buy. That's what they're doing. So retailers are always looking for you to buy more, and they're looking for a way to make more margin on the stuff that you're already buying. So that is what retailers are looking to do. So let's look at what Amazon stumbled on and why Amazon is so desperate to get into crypto payments almost immediately. Well, where can they find more margin? I'll give you a clue. It's in the banking system. Imagine if Amazon could remove the banks, remove Visa and MasterCard. Now, I don't know how many of you know this, but Amazon Pay, Visa and MasterCard between 1.5 and 4% on all credit card payments. So every time you swipe a credit card at Amazon Pay, in the best case, 1.5%, but that best case never happens. More realistically, they're paying about 2.5, maybe 3, maybe 4% in credit card payments. So if Amazon could get rid of the credit card companies and start accepting crypto payments, what would happen? Well, for one, they could take their bottom line here, where they make a net margin of 4.97%, and they could increase that by between 1.5% and 4% solely by accepting by removing credit card payments. Because out of a total sales price, between 1.5 and 4% go to the credit card companies. And Bezos has probably looked at this, someone at the top has probably looked at this and said, you know what? The easiest way for us to take our margin from 4% to 6% or 7% is to get rid of the stupid credit card companies and the banks in the middle. That's one way to get rid of that. How do you do it? Well, you just start accepting crypto. When someone pays crypto, you pay a small transaction fee because they'll probably use Lightning Network, Litecoin, etc. And they will remove this 2.5 or 4% that the banks are charging them. And by doing that, pretty simply, they're going to get their margin up by 50%. They will make 50% more profit by just removing the credit card companies from the mix. Smart, no? 50%, they'll increase they will become 50% more profitable by just removing the credit card companies. That's a bit of a mindfuck, eh? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you think. I mean, I'm looking at Walmart. Imagine Walmart did that. They'll go from 2.5% to 5%. They would double. Walmart would double their earnings. Okay, but that's not all. That's not all. How many of you know what a chargeback is? A chargeback. So a chargeback is when somebody who has a credit card pays for something on the credit card and then changes their mind and says, oh, hold on a second. I don't want the item. My card was stolen and the criminals were using my card. And that is what you call a chargeback. A chargeback, you can do it on a credit card. You can do it up to, I think, 6 months after you buy something. You can do a chargeback. So why do people do chargebacks? Well, 30% of people that do chargebacks, the purchase was made with a stolen credit card. 30% of the reason for chargebacks is because the purchase was made with a stolen credit card. The rest of the reasons, 3%, the order was billed twice. 26%, the product never arrived. 15%, the retailer shipped the wrong product. The main reason for chargebacks is stolen cards. Now, the thing with a chargeback is that if the merchant uses a stolen card or gets a chargeback, the credit card company is not responsible for the chargeback. The merchant is responsible for the chargeback, which means that Amazon is responsible when you do a chargeback, not Visa. So how big are chargebacks? Well, we know that Amazon had $6 billion worth of chargebacks in 2018. $6 billion, of which we can assume that 30% of these chargebacks happened because of a stolen card. So when you pay with crypto, there's no such thing as a chargeback. No more chargebacks. Zero chargebacks. Which means that the retailer is taking a lot less risk. And if the retailer is taking a lot less risk, they're not losing the money. So imagine that 1% of Amazon sales are charged back. You're now adding another 1% to Amazon's bottom line because of chargebacks. So effectively, a retailer, and in this example, Amazon, can double their margins by just removing credit cards and everything associated with credit cards. That's it. Okay, now let's think about this. Imagine Amazon starts accepting crypto payments and starts reducing the cost of goods to their customers by 6% or 5% because that's what they're gaining. Or imagine that Amazon starts making 5% more profit or doubling their profits. What are Walmart going to do? What are Target going to do? Are they going to sit back and say, look, we're going to let Amazon's margin increase like crazy. We're going to keep our margins at 2.4%. Target says, no, we're going to keep our margins at 4.67%. What do you think? Obviously not. Obviously not. As soon as Amazon does this, they create havoc in the retail industry because all the analysts say Amazon has managed to get a much higher earnings ratio. Why? Because they started to accept crypto. And then pressure goes onto Walmart and pressure goes onto Target and onto every other retailer in the world, and especially the big listed retailers, to start accepting crypto. Why? Because there are no chargebacks and you're not paying the ridiculous 2.5% fees that Visa is charging Amazon. This is huge, guys. This is a revolution for the entire retail sector. By removing credit cards, they are adding 4% minimum to their bottom line by adding crypto. 4%. Yes, the banks will be salty. The banks got history. Forget about the banks. They're already out of this game. 4% to their bottom line. They are doubling their bottom line just by accepting crypto. That is what this race is all about. The race is not about appealing to the crypto community. Actually, the interesting part here is that Amazon are not only going to introduce payments, but they're actually going to encourage you to use crypto because they don't want anybody using credit cards. Because every time you use credit cards, it costs them 4%. Amazon are going to become the biggest marketing engine in the world to encourage people to use credit cards, to drop credit cards and to use crypto. Imagine Amazon is going to say, they're going to say, look, use crypto because if you use crypto, you're going to give you discounts. We're going to give you more rewards. Why? Because we want you to use crypto. The race is now going to be amongst retailers, not only to see how many of them can start adopting crypto and how quickly they can start doing it, but also how quickly they can convert their client bases from credit cards to crypto. Sounds like a mindfuck, right? We're now going to get every retailer in the world encouraging people to use Bitcoin because the transaction fees are cheaper than Visa and MasterCard, and because there's no such thing as a chargeback. They don't have to fight against the consumers and the banks and whatever else to get a chargeback. This is the biggest thing to have happened to crypto ever. Since Satoshi launched the white paper, this is the biggest thing ever to have happened to crypto. Ever. Nobody's seeing it. In fact, you know who is seeing it. Let me show you who is seeing it. Now, with fresh eyes, let's read this business development manager at Apple, which came out on May 25th. Why are Apple looking for an alternative payments business development manager? Because Apple realized the same thing. The entire consumer base uses credit cards. You want to play on the App Store, you better have a credit card. Not anymore. Pay with crypto. Have a smart contract to a wallet. No more chargebacks. No more credit card fees. And even Amazon, even the biggest companies in the world, still pay Visa credit card fees. Smaller retailers pay more. They pay 4%, 5%, sometimes even to, what's the fancy credit card? Diners Club. They pay 7%. American Express, 7%. Not anymore. Not anymore. Amazon and the retailers are going to become the biggest marketing engine for crypto ever. They are going to create marketing campaigns to drive people to use crypto because there are no headaches, there are no chargebacks, and they save 4% on their bottom line, and they double their earnings. Now, if that's not enough to get you out of bed, if that's not enough, no wonder the market's not responding to the Tether content. No wonder. I mean, Tether fight against the biggest news of the year. Crazy stuff. So you heard it here first, right? Let me look here. Let me see if there's anything else happening.
Time to wake up, bitch, get up.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first. That is why Amazon are launching. I told you the plan. The plan is they're starting to accept it almost immediately as soon as they get their systems ready. But then that's when the magic starts to happen. But BitBoy he's pissed because he doesn't have a birdie. His birdie doesn't go to Amazon. Our birdie went to Amazon. That's the beauty of this whole thing. Yeah, that's the beauty of this whole thing. Okay, so that is why Amazon are starting to... Fred, why did you stop the music? Crazy. That is why Amazon are starting to accept payments. That is why this biggest retail battle ever to accept payments is starting. eBay, everyone's going to start because they've realized they can double their earnings just by dropping credit card companies. Let's talk about NFT gaming. We keep talking about Axie Infinity. If you watched my tweet on Saturday, I told you guys there's a massive bull run happening in these play-to-earn games. I mentioned a lot of them in the tweet. In fact, let's quickly go to that tweet. I don't want anyone to feel excluded. Let's look. I mean, Fred destroyed my Twitter. Destroyed it. Absolutely. Fred destroyed the Twitter. Puts JPEGs on my Twitter. I don't know why it does that. Terrible. Fred, did you put this KY jelly thing up here? Okay. You gave it all to the bears. Okay, Amazon had a sale. Okay, so let's look at this. Here we go. I tweeted this on Saturday morning and I said, NFT gaming tokens explode. Don't miss this trend. We spoke about Axie. We told you guys to buy Axie at about $18. It went to about $45. TLM, they have been on our show. Alice, Fairyland. Fairylands, we told them to buy Fairylands. Yeah. We also said that Splinter Lands launches on Monday, and Splinter Lands is actually launching today. We have got the founders of Splinter Lands. Jesse, I can see that you're logged on, but is Jesse actually logged on? Let's see. I can see he's coming on.
Hello. Hey, I'm here.
Are you coming on with a camera, or are we just going to hear your beautiful voice?
No. I can do that in just a second. Let me pull over. Didn't know when I was going live.
Yeah. All right, so I told the community that I'm going to introduce them to the next play-to-earn gem. We do think this is a play-to-earn gem. Full disclosure, we are investors in this play-to-earn gem. It's not launched yet, and I'm not telling you guys right now to start buying it because I don't know what the price is going to be on launch. That's the most important thing. But all the signs are out there that this game may be a huge game. For one, if you look at DAP Radar, the biggest games of Q2 2021 are Alien Worlds, which we've had on the show, Axie Infinity, which we have spoken about on the show, Splinter Lands, which is up there, Upland, and Our Planet. Now, these are all the big games that DAP Radar is calling. Let's listen a little bit about. Let's get Jesse back and ask Jesse exactly what Splinter Lands is about. Jesse, welcome, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. Sorry, I'm doing a bunch of traveling today, but happy to take some time out and try to sit here with the show and talk about our game.
Okay, so if you pulled over on the side of the road somewhere.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
That's commitment. That's dedication. All right, so Jesse, talk to us about Splinter Lands. What is Splinter Lands? I know there was a Splinter Lands game that's been around since Fred, how long has it been around for? 2018, I think it was.
Yeah, that's us. So we're a trading card game, right? We're built on blockchain technology, and it allows your players to trade anytime, to play anytime, and to earn every win. We've played over 65 million games. We're in 142 countries. We played something like 300,000 matches yesterday. We're doing like 1 million transactions on chain per day. I mean, the game is kind of exploding.
I saw that the daily average transactions is 815,000 transactions a day. I mean, that's huge volume, isn't it?
I mean, in the NFT space, yeah, absolutely. I mean, sometimes, you'll see giant exchanges or big dexes or something get high volumes, but, for a game like ours, we have our players are like doing matches. They're fighting each other. It's a strategic game, and it's not just like where you go in and you stake a card and that's all you do. we got, or some of these games will just do just the NFT portion on chain and everything else is off chain. But again, we have our entire game is on chain. All of the decisions that you make, all the transactions, cards that you're renting. Actually, that's kind of a neat thing. We have over 70,000 cards being rented right now. There's so many prizes in the game that players can earn that there's a giant drive to actually rent these cards. So up to over 70,000 cards are being rented right now.
So it sounds very much like the Axie Infinity business model, where you buy cards and you buy land in the game and stuff like that. Tell us a little bit more about the game.
Yeah, so the game idea is that you have summoners and monsters, and the summoner acts like a team coach, and the monsters are the players that are on the field. And the monsters will go do battle. And they have a couple different core stats. It's like, do they have magic attack, ranged attack, melee attack? You could also have armor, health, speed, and then there's 40 or 50 different special abilities and combinations of these abilities. And every single time that you get a match, there's a different set of rules. So I'm going to know who my opponent is, and then after I know who my opponent is, I can start doing. I can figure out what the rule set is, because the rules change every time, how much mana I can spend, what teams I'm allowed to use. So every single match is going to be different. And then as I'm playing, I can start earning, because every single time that I win a match, I can start earning cryptocurrency. Right now, the game is awarding what we call dark energy crystals. That's our in-game cryptocurrency. And that's more of like a stable coin. But today what we're doing is we're releasing our governance token. This is the first time that this has been made available. This is like a 3-year-old project with 100,000, I guess we're up to like 130 to 150,000 registered accounts now. And our players are finally getting a chance to earn the governance token with this too. So you can earn that through playing and winning. You can earn that by staking some of the SPS token. You can earn that by owning the assets in the game, because there's a year-long airdrop that's happening, and all of this stuff is happening right now. The game is at
Jesse, if I look at the numbers, and I'm using Peak Monsters because that's the guys that have got a good dashboard. But if I look at the last month, 20 million transactions on chain in the last month. So daily average of 815,000 transactions. But the numbers are increasing, that's the positive sign. You've got 10,000 players daily average playing. So you're talking about 10,000 out of 100,000 accounts, or whatever the number is, you have 10,000 players on average. The governance token obviously hasn't launched yet. That's launching sometime today, which is that the SPS token, right?
Yeah, that's SPS, and that goes live in a little over an hour on PancakeSwap.
Okay, so that's a BSC token, obviously BSC chain token on PancakeSwap. These indicators look quite encouraging. How do they compare to, for example, an Axie Infinity?
I keep seeing different numbers from Axie Infinity. So I'm not exactly sure. I'm not looking at them every single day. I've seen some indicators show that they have, like 20,000. Others show that it's 500,000. But I'm not an active gamer over there, so I'm not actually certain. The main thing to me is that every metric that we're tracking is exploding. So like a year ago, we were adding 100 accounts per day. A week ago, we were adding 1,000 per day, and now we're up to like 3,000 or 4,000 accounts per day. So it took me like
exponential growth.
3 years and a month to get to 100,000 users. And it took me 1 month to get to 130,000. So like we're gonna quadruple the game in 3 months, is what that's looking like. And just the number of players coming in is extraordinary. The number of people buying the NFTs and the game cards. We've seen like we have a marketplace, and the players are able to trade their NFTs on it, and the cards are trading for around like we aggregate it by what is the list price of all the tokens, and you add up by the supply, and you add all of those up for all the different individual card types. And we're up at about $45 million for all the cards on the secondary market. So that's explosive growth, because 2 years ago we were sitting down at about 1 million. So we've done about a 40x, or somewhere between a 40 and 45x just over the last 2 years.
In the interest of time, I mean, is the model the same model as Axie, where players can play, and when they do play, they earn what you call the stable coin, which is not your governance token, and then percentage of fees? So Axie have got a smart model of taking percentage of fees from the marketplace and basically giving it to the DAO, which is going to then be paid back to the Axie Infinity governance token holders, the AXS token. How is Splinterlands rewarding the governance token holders?
Yeah, so right now there's a market fee that's market fee that is 5%, but all of that market fee goes back into our tournament system. So we've given away like $270,000 in tournaments to our players. That's before SPS even got launched. So that's just over the last, I don't know, 6 months to a year. I'm not exactly sure how long that thing has been in existence. But yeah, all the fees that we take in, we actually just put those back to the players for the for any of the market fees. So, through tournaments and through other, through staking, through tournaments, through just normal ranked battles, we're going to have some Oracle rewards. Our cards are actually interoperable on a couple different blockchains. So we can send them over to OpenSea, we can send them over to Wax. We're adding them over to Flow. And right now that's a centralized service, but part of this governance token will be allowing people to operate nodes, and then them collecting fees for being part of those transactions. So like a lot of that mentality of we want to reward our users is being baked into this. And yeah, the SPS token holders are going to be one of the primary beneficiaries of that.
Amazing. So listen, we are running out of time, but we will follow the launch later on today, and we'll stay updated with you guys as you guys make progress.
That sounds great. Hey, thanks for having me on there. Come check us out at splinterlands.com. Join our community at discord.splinterlands.com. That's a third-party site, which was Peak Monsters. They're a great website, and it's a wonderful community, wonderful group, and a huge opportunity that's just giant for the game with the launch of our governance token.
All right, Jesse, thank you, man.
All right, thank you, guys.
I mean, cool game. I want to just caution Banter community. I'm not saying that you should ape into it. We just wanted to show you the game. We don't know what price the game is going to launch, the tokens are going to launch, but keep an eye on it. You have the information, do your own research and decide whether or not this is one of those ones that you want to get into. I'm not saying ape into it the minute it goes live on BSC chain. If you do, you'll probably lose money, because that's exactly what happens to these massive, massive, massive pumps. You have to be getting into these tokens. You have to be getting into these NFT tokens. If you don't know the specific NFTs, or you don't want to take a bet on the specific NFTs, I did find something quite interesting on the weekend, and that is a token called Metaverse Index, which is MVI, which is now trading at $69.95. What this Metaverse token is it is an index of Axie Infinity, Sandbox, Decentraland, Engine Coin, Audius, Wax Economic Token, Terra Virtua, NFTX, Rev, Decentraland, Decentral Games, Whale, Muse, Rarible, Red Fox Labs, and Meme. And that means that if you buy this token, I'm not sure how it's backed. I'm going to do the research as to how it's backed. But you could be getting exposure to the whole universe, the whole gaming universe, or certainly these tokens in the gaming universe. Sometimes, if you don't want to be an active trader, it may be a better entry point for you, because you just buy one token and this token goes up and down whenever these other tokens go up and down. And you can see exactly what the tokens are in this. So have a look at Metaverse Index. I'm not yet sure how it's backed. I'm going to do the research. I'll get back to you guys with the research. All right, what else, Freddie? You know what time it is. So I'm torn here, because this is a fundamental show. We talk about fundamentals, research-backed fundamentals. But then Freddie and I stumbled on something amazing this weekend, and we thought we should give it a go. You like it, huh? How many of you guys do like tarot card readings? Let us know in the comments. Do you believe in tarot card readings? Do they work? Do they work? I don't know. My wife always goes for them. She always comes back. The card said this, this, this. And then I'm always like, but that's garbage. And then the things happen to me, and then it's like not garbage, because the cards were actually right. So what if we did tarot card readings for a token? I wonder if we can do that. I've got Tatiana. Tatiana, welcome to Crypto Banter. They warned me not to mispronounce your name, and then I mispronounced your name.
It's all good. It's Titania.
Titania. Okay, Titania, help me understand how tarot cards work, and then how tarot cards can work for a token.
Well, tarot cards are actually a way of understanding your experience. So you get an overview of your life, and it helps you to get perspective. You get a sense of the projection of where things are going, and you can decide if that's what you want to do or not. But it's not predicting the future.
Okay, so how would you apply tarot cards to a token?
Well, we could pull a card for a token and just get a sense of how it's going.
Okay, amazing. So can we only do one token, or can we try a few tokens?
I think we have some time. Let's play.
Okay, so a token that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
The token is called Rune, Thorchain.
Okay.
And Rune, they've been having a rough time lately. Let's just say they've been having a rough time lately. They have been hacked twice, and they've been having a rough time. The price has gone down. And I wonder what the cards actually say, or what's in the cards for Rune, for Thorchain.
Okay. So just to begin, my intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to know right now on the topics that we ask about for the highest and greatest good, both for ourselves, all those listening, the businesses we're inquiring about, and the planet. So
Okay.
The intention is, what do we need to know about Thorchain right now?
Will you show us the cards, because we can't see them? If you could just bring your, oh, there we go. Oh, wow, amazing.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, organized. Oh, look at this, Freddie. Oh, I love this.
Okay. So we have the Magician card. Now, the Magician card is a major arcana. In the Terra, we have two decks, major and minor arcana. And the Magician tells us that anything is possible. Focus, intention, will are all brought together and aligned for a purpose. So the Magician card, in terms of the Thorchain, is that they've been, or Ruin in this case, there's a lot of focus, there's a lot of intention, and there's a lot of good there. But there needs to be, again, clarity and congruence of purpose behind it. Now, what I mean about that is that all of those little pieces need to be attended to. And as you said, they've been having a difficult time. So why don't we pull a card on what do we need to know about their difficult time?
That's a great idea. This is amazing. This is, Freddie's here, and he's like, I mean, Freddie is all into tarot cards. He does a reading like what, once a month, Freddie.
Oh, good for you.
Sometimes even once a day, he says.
It can be very useful for again, just getting some objective perspective. Okay, so what do we need to know about Rune and what's happening with them right now? We've got the Queen of Hearts. So this is hilarious. So this is the Queen of Hearts is like a very nurturing maternal card. It has to do with intuition, trusting, and going with one's gut feeling, being very intuitive, going with that. So what do we need to know about the difficulties that they're going through? They're working it out. And they're, the sense that I'm getting is looking for understanding, looking for just a guidance. They're looking in the right direction. But there's this sense of emotion around it. The Queen of Hearts is someone who is very intuitive, very tuned in, and she understands dynamics, and she's able to interact for the greater good. So through their difficulties, there's growth that's happening here, and they're looking for that compassion and that support.
Okay. Very interesting. I mean, if you know what's happened to Thorchain, they got hacked twice. I wonder, it sounds so super interesting. Really, really interesting.
I think fundamentally the project is solid. That's the sense I get. But again, you guys have to do your own, make your own decisions. You're all adults. That's how it all works. but the foundation feels very good in terms of the people who are involved, the focus that they have. It's just unfortunate that this has been going on, and hopefully they can do something about that.
All right, let's turn our attention to Bitcoin, because I think if we can get Bitcoin right, we get the market, we get the big market right? Tether, Freddie's saying Tether. What do you want to know about Tether, Freddie? I mean, just 1 second. Let's just talk about Tether for 1 second before. The reason why Tether is in hot water is got nothing to do with whether they backed or not. The reason why Tether is in hot water is because the executives are set to face criminal charges or criminal investigations, not charges, investigations. And the reason is not because they backed or unbacked. The reason is, Freddie, because they may have misrepresented to their banking partners whether they were a crypto company or not. So criminal charges, let's look here. Tether's pivotal, let's just find it. Let's quickly open this. The probe is reaching a tipping point. I read this somewhere. I definitely read this somewhere. Well, the long story short, Tether has routinely open dialogue with law enforcement agencies. Let's see. It did say something about that. I remember. Okay, what it's about is it's not about whether Tether's fully backed or not fully backed. It's whether they misrepresented to their banks about being a crypto-related company. And if they did that, then that is a criminal offense. So that's what's going on with Tether. What are you seeing in the cards for Tether?
Okay, so what do we need to know about Tether right now? For the highest and greatest good of everybody involved. It's very interesting. So we have the Empress, another major arcana. This is also a very nurturing card, which is kind of interesting considering this is like a legal thing. So the Empress is all about creativity, inspiration, multiplication. It's like a garden. She's in a garden. It's summer. It's beautiful. So this energy with Tether is, I would keep an eye on it. It's funny because this is such a favorable card, and what you're describing is not a very favorable thing. So it may be that things will work out beautifully for them, and they'll be able to line things up in a good way with, again, this intention, the fundamental intention of the company with any of these organizations is what is the fundamental energy? Because if it's in integrity right now, it will line up with the planetary energies and they'll come through. So this is, again, it's a favorable card, even considering the situation. So,
wow.
Yeah.
All right, Titania, amazing. Thank you so much. This has been like something completely different. You can see from the comments, some people love it, and it's not some people's cup of tea. That's kind of like how tarot cards are. I must say, I'm quite fascinated by it, so we'll definitely do this again.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be here today.
Amazing. Thank you. Have a
good day.
We've got to try different things, guys. We've got to try different things. We can't do the same things every day because people get bored. We do have like 5 more minutes. Should we do some Q&A? They got like 5 minutes. Yeah, someone said I don't look at the super chats. I don't see any super chats. Okay. Let's see. Any questions? Anything that you guys want to know? Astrology next? No, we're not doing astrology next. We just, I think it was cool to get tarot cards in the show. That was like something different. It's not everyone's cup of tea. All right, let's see. Are there any Q&As? If there are Q&As, let's do them. It does say that, Freddie, I've got to find where it says that. Here we go. It says DOJ examining whether banks were misled about crypto business. A US probe into Tether is homing on whether executives behind digital token committed banking fraud. A potential criminal case would have broad implications for the cryptocurrency market. Tether's pivotal role in the ecosystem is now well known, blah, 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 blah. Specifically, federal prosecutors are scrutinizing whether Tether concealed facts from the banks that transactions were linked to crypto, said 3 people with direct knowledge. It does sound like it's a 2018 case or 2017 case. It's an old case. It's not a new case. This is about stuff that they did a long time ago. So this is not something new. Let's see, is there anything else? Are there any big announcements on Cardano? don't know. I haven't heard of anything today. I'm not expecting anything. I mean, we know that Gogan is happening, and that's the smart contract gig. Let's see what's happening. People here said they want to know about Ecomi. I am looking into Ecomi. Last time I looked at them, I didn't love their tokenomics. Today, I'm starting to look at them again. So we'll talk about that as soon as I've done my deep dive. All right, let's see what else. What else is going on? Okay, we do have a super chat. We have crypto banter memes. Guys, if you don't follow crypto banter memes, follow crypto banter memes. Best memes, all about crypto banter. Super, super, super amazing. What is my opinion on Reef? I don't know enough to have an opinion. I know the project. I don't know enough to have an opinion. It's not in my bag, so I can't help you with that. EGLD update. We should do an EGLD update. We should get hold of Benjamin and we should do an EGLD update. Okay, someone here says, show us what a squeeze looks like again. Basically, it's like this. Okay? Like this. That's what a squeeze looks like. What about a ramp? Again, I told you, I know about the project. I don't know enough about it to form a real opinion or to give you guys amazing feedback. What I think of AMP, I love AMP. I do love AMP. We're going to be talking about AMP in the next day or two. Charlie Lee, when is he coming on? Fred, when is Charlie Lee coming on? Fred's got that blank look. Oh, we didn't give away the NFT, Fred. We didn't give away the NFT.
Okay, best comment starts now.
Okay, best comment starts now. Best comment starts now. We are going to give away Astro Friends number 9931. So Astro Friends 9931. We're going to give it away now. We do have Knock. What's your opinion on Constellation Labs? They're partners with the US Air Force. I heard that story like 3 years ago. I'm not convinced. Not convinced on Constellation Labs just yet. All right, so these are Astro Friends. We are giving away Astro Friends number 9931. We are going to give up 9931, 9932, 9933, 9934, and 9935. And the winner of Astro Friends, you've got to be a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, you can't win. The winner of Astro Friends number 9931 is the next comment that Freddie calls up on to the chat is the winner of Astro Friends number 9931.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch.
Okay, Fafa, you win Astro Friends number 9931. Freddie?
Get up, and then they got go.
Fafa. You gotta get hold of Fafa. What kind of name is Fafa?
Time to wake up, bitch, get up.
That's Fafa. Fafa. Okay, Fafa, you win. Fafa wins 9931.
Get up.
Yeah, we're only giving away one today. Enough. Tomorrow we give away another one. The next day we give away another one. I will see you guys again tomorrow, 6 a.m. EST for Sheldino's show, 10 a.m. EST for the big show. Tell everyone what you heard here today, but don't tell Red Boy.